Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, hang out with these nerds.
I'm Ted.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be discussing the Lycan, one of the archetypes for the Blood Hunter.
You want to jump down to the description below, you can sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So as you saw, I love the sweet art on the Lycans and the lore behind them, and the story is really cool. You know, they have this process called the taming, and if you guys aren't familiar, the Lycan is an archetype for the Blood Hunter, which was created by Mercer.
Over at Critical Role.
Yeah, from Critical Role, Geek and Sundry, all that good stuff. Both of which you can find on the DM's Guild. I'll put a link in the description below for the Blood Hunter class, and then also the Lycan archetype, which is separate. I believe they're both pay what you want. I could be mistaken though.
Yeah, I know the Blood Hunter was, so I imagine. But what are the Lycans?
So the idea behind these guys is, and behind Blood Hunters in general, is you're going to use the powers of your enemies against you. So you use the dark forces of evil to fight evil, and in this case, you know, you're taking on the unbridled power of the lycanthrope in order to use it to your best advantage.
And hopefully not getting your soul corrupted in the process.
or your friends dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's some funness of the Order of the Lycans as far as that goes.
With the Lycan, they have some drawbacks that the other classes or the other archetypes do not.
Right.
You know, Blood Hunter itself has a couple of abilities that lowers your maximum hit points, but the Lycan also has the vulnerability to silver.
Yep.
Which, that can be a little hurty.
So you want to stay away from the silverware, you know, and the fine dining.
Technically, you only have vulnerability to silver while you're transformed.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only while you're transformed?
Yeah, because while you're transformed, you gain these properties.
Okay.
And one of them is the cursed weakness. You have vulnerability to damage from silvered weapons.
So you don't suck. Okay, so you can use the fine china and good silverware as long as you're not transformed.
Right. Well, from a role playing aspect, you should be really uncomfortable while you do it, or not telling you how to play your character, but that would be fun.
Yeah, I would totally go with that.
Yeah, so it's cool with they get the feral might, which is advantage on the strength checks, the resilient hide for the +1 AC, and then also they get some pretty sweet unarmed damage.
The resilient hide also you gain resistance to essentially non-magic weapons.
Yeah, that's true. So you get almost like a little bit of a barbarian function going on while they would be raging.
It's very much like a rage light kind of build.
Yes.
I kind of feel like it's somewhere between rage and wild shape, but not quite as good as either.
Right.
I mean, that's my opinion anyway. Like, you get some cool, interesting things. Now, I will say this about that, right? I feel like anyone who isn't part of Watts, or if you're introducing something new to the game, you should err on the side of caution anyway.
Yeah.
So Matt Mercer definitely does that with this build. It's interesting. It's fun. You get some cool abilities, like you guys just said. You know, you get half your proficiency bonus as bonus damage. You get to use this ability that recharges after a short rest, long rest.
Yeah. Well, and then also too with the predatory strikes, like what's the ability that they get to infuse their weapons with energy? I'm trying to remember the blood.
Crimson Right.
The Crimson Right, that your body, your natural attacks count as one weapon.
Yes.
So versus you get to essentially dual wield for free in a way, which is really handy, especially with that bonus proficiency damage.
You know, the mitigating factor is it's not until 7th level that those attacks are considered magic, and even so, you still have to do the blood right in order to make it magic, where mostly everything, every other class just gets it.
Right.
Wild shape druid just gets it a 5th.
But if you're doing
monk just gets it a 5th.
But if you're doing your Crimson Right, then you're doing your strength or dex damage because you can choose, but then you're also getting your elemental die on top of it.
Well, sure, but if you were doing Crimson Right and using a magic weapon, you would get it on top of it anyway.
That's true.
And by 7th level, more than likely, you probably have something. Unless you're playing in my game, then you might
Then he
have
doesn't
a
give
dagger.
anything. Yeah, if your GM is terrible about giving magical items out, that's how that would go down.
You got to earn that stuff.
But the other thing that they have, and when they're transformed, is the bloodlust, and this is, in my opinion, I think worse than the vulnerability to silvered weapons. And this is the thing that, if you've taken any damage since the beginning of your last turn, you have to make a Wisdom check. It's DC 10 or 15 if you're below half, and if you fail to save, you attack the closest thing to you
once. Yeah, for a round. Like, you basically attack them once. It's not really that big a deal in my mind. So,
but you're potentially making 2 or 3 attacks against an ally if they're standing close to you. And what happens is like, oh, I'm the cleric. I come over and heal you. Oh, look at that. I just crit you.
I just unheal you.
Yeah.
So it definitely adds to that whole werewolf lycanthropy curse.
But it gets better if you happen to be a barbarian raging, and
you automatically fail.
Then you automatically fail the save.
Yeah. Anything that if you're under effect that prevents you from concentrating, like Barbarian's Rage feature, you automatically fail the save.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any other effects that
but
concentrating.
he put it in there in case there is something or becomes something in the future. I think it's worded well.
It is.
That totally makes me want to play Order of the Lycan Barbarian. Like that is incentive, really, is the way I feel about that.
Yes, your party
Halfling.
Halfling, yeah. Halfling were-rat. Because, all about the were-rat.
I don't know. Gnome were-badger might be cool. So, yeah, that is one of the things,
Name the character Honey Badger, because he don't give a fuck. That's
right. Well, just Honey.
Yeah.
He's
honey
already
for sure.
a badger.
Yeah.
So one of the interesting things too about that is with the predatory strike, it really does favor small characters.
Yeah, because you get to break the economy of the game in a way by like small characters are restrictions to the size of the weapons they can use. But here you're already doing a D6 and that goes up.
Right.
Yeah, and not only that too, like in the instance of the halfling, like a stout halfling would be great for these. Yeah, resistance to poison plus the con plus the dex. Yeah, and that's the other thing with your predatory strike. You can make.
You mean the Lightfoot halfling with the plus to charisma is not a good blood hunter?
Probably not.
Yeah. No, but those are all some solid features to
it would just stack on really well. Also, you get resilient hide, which gives a bonus to armor class as long as you're not wearing heavy armor. So the Lycan really does favor a dex-based character. Yeah. But I mean, we all know dex is like
it's
the ultimate
super stat. Yeah.
Wood elf.
Wood elf for wisdom.
Yeah. Well, wisdom is useful for a lot of their abilities. You get the mobility, stacked onto when they gain more speed. They're going to really be able to fly around the battlefield.
Yeah, and then take the mobility feat and really just up it some more.
Yeah, up the game.
Yeah, so you've got a 60 move, something like that.
What is it? An extra 25, 55?
Yeah,
55. Yeah.
So, and also too, the really sick thing about this is when you're transformed, unlike the druid who loses access to like their armor and stuff, like you maintain your armor if you have some pretty sweet gear. You use
but you don't get like the bonus 40 hit points or 30 hit points that the druid gets.
It's a trade-off. Like you gotta.
Circle the Moon is an uber tank in this game.
It truly is.
What I really liked is the onus of lycanthropy, right? So these guys, they take their lycanthropy really serious. Like it's a big deal. Like they go through the ritual, they get tamed. Well, every once in a while, some do-gooder will come along and capture one of these guys and cure him from his lycanthropy. Worst thing ever. It's like you're neutering your dog, I think. Or spading your animals.
Which you should do, but anyway.
Yeah, which you should do, but not with your lycanthropes.
Yeah, no.
They don't like that. No, and what this does, this is considered a mark of dishonor for them.
Yeah, they get basically beaten with the old newspaper. Like that's part of the ritual that happens.
Bad dog. So on the plus side, they just go back to the order and they redo the mojo, but they have to hang their head in shame
and be beaten with the newspaper.
Yeah. They have to wear the cone of shame while the untaming gets done to them again.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not want to wear the cone of shame.
It's like, guys, come on. They beat me up.
As you go up in level, you get better and better at being a Lycan, to the point eventually where you don't actually have to make saving throws anymore. But that's all the way to 18th level. You get some cool abilities like the Howl.
Yeah, shouldn't we bring it up to the Pack Hunter ability that like they get advantage as long as they have somebody in 5 feet of them? That's a pretty awesome ability.
Yeah, at 15th level. See, that's one of the things about some of these abilities. You get them so high, like they're not nearly as useful as they used to be. I mean, granted, advantage is always good because it gives you another chance at
Critting.
But I feel like by the time you're like 15th level, you're not missing too often.
Right.
Yeah. But again, we put our lucky halfling in there, and like he gets to swing again on those 1 rolls, so that ups the odds that you roll 20. Because you just went the lottery of the natural 20.
Let's look at the max situation. If you've got high level, you got a +6 proficiency. You're playing with a Lycan, so you're probably using your claws, not using a magic weapon. So let's say, all right, you've got your 18, 20 stat modifiers. That's only a +11 to hit. So if you're
+2 for feral precision.
that's true. Sorry. So let's take that up to a possible 13. So when you're going up against
The Tarrasque.
the Tarrasque, you're still missing on a 12 minus. So. Yeah, not every situation are you going to be in there, but if you're fighting up against your big bads, you really do want to have situations that are going to allow you to hit to bring that thing down. So I don't think the advantage is there. I just getting it late game, it seems
Meh. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like
But
I think
you know what? Prior to the 15th level, you shouldn't be fighting a damn Tarrasque. So I think the timing actually is pretty decent. It kind of works because like everything else, you're probably going to handily hit.
Well, I think at the earlier levels, the advantage is more useful because that's when you're going to have less pluses and
right.
it's going to be.
But you're also fighting
things
that
usually
have
keep pace.
lower.
Like unless your GM's kind of a jerk or doing a very like things just exist in the world and you happen to encounter them,
Right.
whatever your level is, it doesn't. The game doesn't care about your level. That's a situation where advantage early on would be good, but otherwise, like most things,
Pretty
kind
sure
of
one of
keep
the
pace.
Hobgoblins has a 20 AC.
One of the hobgoblins.
Yeah.
It's possible. Play the shield.
Yeah.
Then you sneak up on them when you're going to get an advantage anyway instead of throw. Okay.
So the last ability that they get at 18th level is the Blood Curse of the Howl, which allows you to essentially target someone, howl, and they can get stunned with fear. Now it says down here amplify. Do you know what?
Yeah, it's from the Blood Right.
Okay.
Because it's actually a Blood Right that you just get for free, and it follows the same mechanics as the other Blood Rights.
Okay.
And they all have like, oh, I use my Blood Right, or oh, I pump my Blood Right, to make it better. And I believe, I think if you do that, I don't know if you take damage like the other thing. I don't remember off the top.
It costs 2 black mana. You tap 2 black mana. And
But
when you amplify your Blood Howl, it allows you to target everyone within 30, I think.
even party members.
Well, yeah.
especially party members.
Exactly.
Everybody's afraid of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take them all down.
So all in all, it's a solid class. Matt Mercer did a good job with this one. I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I think some places it seems a little conservative, but other than that, it's solid. I would play. I actually of all the Blood Hunters, I would prefer to play this one.
This appeals to you the most, yeah.
I think so.
I think it's up there with Order of the Mutant for me.
Okay, yeah, you are a mutant.
Yeah, yeah. I like the ghost and the one that's the warlock flavored one. I can't remember the
Do you remember?
I sure can't even remember. Profane soul, right? Yeah, Order of the Profane Soul. Because it's profane. It's just in the name. It's so awesome.
So you guys, let us know what you think. Are you using the Blood Hunter in your game, or are you using all the archetypes? We're using this archetype. While you're at it, comment, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check us out over on nerdarchy.com.
Or catch us over on Instagram.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.